There was a time before the present, when the local economist reigned supreme, when people needed the help of one team, the Channel 4 Economist team.
Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy, Chamkine Sports, Rick Tamlin weather, and your reporter in the field, Brian Fantana.
It's Channel 4 News at 6 o'clock.
I'm the father of capitalism. I'm famous for my theory of the invisible hand.
How about that?
An invisible hand.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I wrote about the invisible hand in my book, The Wealth of Nations. My book contained my beliefs of laissez-faire philosophies, such as minimizing the role of government, intervention, and taxation in the free markets, and the idea that an invisible hand guides supply and demand. I once said, it is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we can expect our dinner, but from the regard to their own interest. My brilliant ideas became the foundation of the classical school of economics. I became the father of economics. Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look! I'm Ben Bernanke. People seem to like me for my beard and soft bald head. I like to advise the president on the economy, and I really enjoy being the chairman for the Federal Reserve. Years later, I will be replaced by a certain Janet Yellen. I believe in inflation targeting and the theory of irreversible investment, and am interested in the political and economic causes of the Great Depression. I found that the financial disruptions of 1930 to 33 reduced the efficiency of the credit allocation process, and that the resulting higher cost and reduced availability of credit acted to depress aggregate demand, identifying an effect I call the financial accelerator. When faced with a mild downturn, banks are likely to significantly cut back lending and other risky ventures. This further hurts the economy, creating a vicious cycle and potentially turning a mild recession into a major depression. I wrote The Federal Reserve and Financial Crisis.
It's very distracting. All right, so when we get to the pet shop...
Look over here. Excuse me, Veronica.
If you want to understand geology, study earthquakes.
Excuse me?
If you want to understand the economy, then study the Depression.
All right, let's go.
All right, now.
All right, I'm all right.
John Maynard Keynes here. I'm all about governments borrowing and spending to boost economic activity. You know, if savings exceed investment, there will be a recession. If investment exceeds savings, there will be inflation. Anyways, I've become kind of famous for my book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. Whammy!
The bottom line is...
It's like I always say, this progressive deterioration in the value of money through history is not an accident, and has had behind it two great driving forces: impecuniosity of governments and the superior political influence of the debtor class. This is a model showing the link between savings and investment. People call me the fish man. I'm the fisher of the group. I know what you're asking yourself, and the answer is yes. I have a nickname for my book. It's called Theory of Interest. I also noted the Phillips curve relationship, where there's a link between inflation and unemployment. When inflation was high, unemployment was low, and vice versa. I believe in the utility theory, the ability to satisfy needs and wants, which influences decisions. The quantity theory of money, where money has a direct relationship with price level. Increase of money circulation means higher prices. Exactly. I created the Fisher equation, or equation of exchange, which deals with price index and debt deflation. I once said the rate of interest acts as a link between income value and capital value.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment.
Don't say anything wrong, just let it happen.
Laughing and enjoying our friendship. And someday we'll look back on this with much fondness.
Yeah.